Alright, hello and welcome haulers to American Truck Simulator. About time I hit the roads in the USA. We have already skipped through the first mission. We are starting completely fresh. I do have a few mods in, as you can see. Here's, I think it was Viper's Peterbilt old classic for sure. We currently have a ventilation shaft that needs to head from here in Spokane to Yakima, I don't know how to pronounce that because I've never heard that before. But yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just hit the road. Alright, here we are in the truck. Now, unlike my ATS 2 series, I am driving manual this time. Some trucks manual, sometimes automatic. It depends on like what the truck is and all that fun stuff, but we're in a 389 today, so I'm definitely going to drive manual in this. See if we can't get her going here. I'll take it nice and slow ahead now. Now, this is my first time driving in the new Washington DLC, so I am very excited to get a good look at it. And it looks great so far, that's for sure. Oh, we do have a stop, but that area is closed off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go out. Oh man, I'm used to the tight roads of Europe now, so I gotta get back used to driving an American Truck Sim, because it has been quite some time. That's for sure. Come on, people, what are you doing? Now, unlike Europe, you can do right on red here. You just gotta come to a full stop. So that's what we were doing. Man, look at the scenery of Washington. It looks so good. But I believe this is the first time I've had American Truck Simulator on my channel as just like a Let's Play type of format. Before I've had it for streams, like doing recaps and stuff like that. But also doing the time lapses, which is where I got my start here on YouTube. And the only reason that was my start was because it was the first thing that I realized, hey, I get really poor frame rates on my crappy little laptop. But if I speed the footage up, no one will notice. And so there was born the start of this channel back in February of 2016, which coincidentally, or not necessarily coincidentally, but there's a reason my channel was started shortly after this game came out. But it's nice to kind of get back into it and actually enjoy driving in it and kind of start fresh. I do have over 600 hours in this game. That was the worst driving I think I've ever done. I should not have turned in like that. I'm gonna focus here getting up this hill. But yeah. Come on, dude. Pick it up here a little bit. Alright. And we are rolling. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna slow right down for this. Ooh, that guy's having a bad day, that's for sure. Go ahead, we'll turn on our mirror. We don't really need our GPS though, because we've got it down bottom, which is awesome. But yeah, no, this is the first time I've been able to drive an American Truck Sim just as a Let's Play type of format. I debated going completely stock for a little while, like mods-wise, but decided I wanted to try playing with mods. Just because I think, at least American Truck Sim, mods add such a huge element to it because of how unfinished the game is. That's not to say that SCS themselves haven't done an amazing job so far, but comparing them to certain other games that I am very familiar with, they are probably one of the slowest when it comes to getting new additions out. However, that appears to be changing because you've got Washington, which came out this year, and already I believe it was Utah was announced next. So they're starting to head east, which is a good sign. And with that, Pro Mods, I believe, announced Canada. So doing pretty good this year for maps. For a while there was a lot of talk that it was going to be 50 years for 50 states because they are quite slow with it. And I know this. The biggest things that I'll be interested to see are how they handle Hawaii when they get to it. Oh, I can't move over. Sorry, dude. Watch out here. And how they handle Alaska, because my assumption is either they'll do Alaska and you'll have to take a ferry to it, but it's not going to end up being a ferry. I would imagine it would be like a cargo liner. And then Canada will either be left out, so you'll just have that one connection, or Canada will get done first, and then you'll be able to just drive right up into Alaska that way. Not that there's a lot in Alaska to do for driving, but it is a place that I'm sure people will want to explore. And that's the other thing that I wonder about it, because it's so, not necessarily desolate, desolate, but there really isn't a lot there for driving, I would imagine. Except for, like, towards the south. I mean, up north is mostly just woods, right? So, but who knows? I guess we'll see. But we can get our fix of Alaska on the Yukon map, which I'm currently working on in The Hunter Call of the Wild, if you guys haven't seen that series, so go check that out. We already had a run-in with a bear. First episode. Yeah, I was not too impressed with that, that's for sure. But overall, I think so far a good start. I did screw up a couple times with the first episode. The first issue I had was with audio. For whatever reason, my microphone decided to throw a hissy fit, and it picked me up and it worked, but there were some issues with the quality of it. So it's almost like I'm talking into a tin can and the microphone's on the other end of that tin can. That's okay in my eyes, just to get it up and posted, because it wasn't so horribly bad. I thought it would cause a huge issue. And I wanted to be able to get you guys some content in that game and keep up with my schedule that I'm trying to lay out for myself. But I was kind of disappointed with that. And then on top of that, the other thing too is I'm kind of mad because I could have fixed the audio issue, I think, where part of it I think came from the export of it in my editing software, which I use like the Adobe Suite. But with that, I rushed to get the video out because I had decided that I was going to skip it for the week, and then last minute realized that I had some time and could probably finish it, went to finish it, and rushed to post it by like 3 p.m., which is usually when I like to post, and ended up not making that because for the first time ever for me on YouTube, YouTube decided that it was going to first get stuck uploading the video when it got to 30%. Don't know why it did it, but then I proceeded to reset it and upload it again, and when it got to processing, it caught at 0 and wouldn't finish processing. So I then had to upload it again, and it finally went through that time. So I started the upload process around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, didn't get it posted and live until like 7:30 at night. So I was pretty frustrated with that. And it's the first time I've ever had YouTube do something like that to me. So I was definitely frustrated with that. I don't think it was necessary on their part. And I know it's just like automated systems, it's not like a specific person, but you know what I mean? It's just like, just work. I just want you to work. But in terms of YouTube news, I am surprised because they mentioned that they are working on, what was it called? The claims. So when you get a, I don't remember what it was, like a copyright claim or whatever, but you can actually go through and remove the content properly now, supposedly. But they're also forced to tell you what that content is that's going against it. Whoops, shifted down too far there. And go ahead and we'll pull in here nice and slowly. I got too excited and pulled too far on the shifter. £49,000. Alright, let's see if we can get merge back here, get going. And there we go. Now, the other difference too, at least this episode, is I'm actually talking while I'm driving. If you know anything about my Euro Truck Simulator episodes, you know that what I'll do is I'll do a lot of the talking inner city, like when I'm in the more intensive driving. And then once we hit the highways, I'll kind of just time-lapse it. After this episode, that is probably what the plan is going to be. But I wanted to kick off the first episode doing it GIF Faviano style. And just sitting and chit-chatting. But I will most likely get back to doing the time-lapsing type of stuff when I get to the highways. Down the road, once I start changing my, like once I haven't, excuse me, having a stroke. Once I start getting to the point where I'm hauling longer trips. That'll make all the difference for me. And I'm considering adding in like coast to coast. The problem is if I do coast to coast, what ends up happening is the scenery on coast to coast really isn't too exciting. It's pretty bland. Not for lack of effort, but just because they've got so much ground to cover in such a short time. They've still done a way better job in that sense than SCS, which I still love SCS, but they drive me nuts sometimes. Doing a lot of promising and teasing and then really waiting till the last minute to release stuff. Stuff like that just kind of drives me up a wall because they're holding stuff back. They know people want, and it sounds to me like they'll get right up to finishing something and they know they're not going to be done on time, so they'll like extend the time by like saying, hey, by the way though, we've got this, don't leave, and then just make it take longer, which is really, really frustrating to me. And I wish they would just, if they're going to release something, release it instead of doing that shit. Let me in, please. Thank you. Sorry, dude. But, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But, hopefully, well, like I was saying about Coast to Coast, it is kind of bland, and it, like I said, it's not a lack of effort, it's just they've got so much to do, and it's not really, for me personally, it's not really entertaining to watch. It's okay to drive in, like I love doing it for streams, like doing really long haul trips. You guys that have been around long know that, you know that I've done like 7-hour trips and stuff like that, back and forth flying and driving. But I think we're to a point now where I can kind of safely stay within the boundaries of what's been completed and really explore. And with the addition of starting fresh, I'm hoping that I'm going to take a little bit longer catching up to where they're at. That will give them time to, how do I explain this? They'll be able to release maps and stuff like that about as fast as I'm exploring areas, hopefully crossing my fingers if they keep this momentum. And that way, I'll always have like consistent growth and stuff like that while we're building the company out in game, and I'll be able to explore those new areas bit by bit after I explore the previous, if that makes sense. So I think we're in pretty good shape because, I mean, we've got what, 4 or 5 states now, which is really good for what it is, but there is still a little bit to be desired. What is with all those storage crates on that road? My goodness. I want to be careful coming around here that I don't push it. It looks like we have to get off here. We gotta slow right down. Man, this whole place is so much nicer than the rest of the maps they've put out so far. No offense to SES, but where the heck am I going here? Don't know why that didn't kick in. Oh, it looks like I gotta make a Yui here. This is a first. Never seen something like this. Oh, but I can't see. That's the problem. And where am I going? Straight? Oh, come on. There we go. Now, for those of you that are wondering what the heck I'm doing, I've got splitters on here. So I've got a regular 8 shifter. And the problem with that is it's got 6 spaces. But if you're driving like an 18 speed, you have to triple that. So I'll shift through the first set of 6, press a button, it moves it to the second set of 6, press a button, move to the third set of 6. And for whatever reason, I'm having issues with getting to the buttons because my microphone is right in front of my face, so I can't actually see the wheel. And trying to hit them while you're turning is really, really difficult. I really need like a proper shifter knob for the top of it that has that extra button built into it so that I can just do it on there. Problem is as far as I've heard, I think it was SKRS or something like that, those other ones that were being made, they kind of started ripping people off, which I thought they were doing like kind of from the beginning, but it was okay for a while, and then they started doing it again, just like they'll take your money but you're not getting anything for it type of deal, which is kind of sad to me that companies will do that, but they will. But there are some other ones that I'm hearing about that seem to be okay. So I might consider giving them a try and see if I can't get a shifter like that. The other thing I need to look at is track IR, but I am more than comfortable as is driving the way I am for a little bit until I can get such a thing. I'm gonna go all the way down here and then turn in just for the sake of it. The scenery here would make an awesome farm sim map. I'm surprised no one's done that yet. Not saying it's easy, but where is this turn? There it is. We're gonna wait for this truck. Oh, gotta go wide here. There we go. That was a tough turn trying to shift that. Oh, is it gonna be bumped? Oh, look at that trailer. That is nicely done. The models down here seem to be really, really good. Yeah, look at the models. Oh, speaking of models, there's some cows. That sounded like it was supposed to be an insult. I was talking like the cows are the models, not models are cows, just to clarify that. So I don't sound like an idiot or a dick for no reason. Where is this parking spot? This is quite the drop-off point, though. Looks like we gotta go right. Oh, man, I should have come in the other way. Huh? Oh, man. I caught the trailer on their fence. I wasn't even paying attention. Alright, well, I guess now we have an excuse to go around. My bad. I'm a new driver for a company that's not related to the one I'm gonna start shortly. Don't mind me. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. I thought I hit an invisible barrier. I was so confused. But we'll swing right around. This will make it nice and easy to back right in. Although I can't seem to see the cones. Oh, it's because it's behind that fence. Alright, what we're gonna do... pull up a little further. And that way we can swing right in. If we can't get this in here. Problem is I can't actually see those cones because of the fence. Alright, so we're in the spot. I'm gonna straighten her out. Hopefully that'll make a difference. Oh, whoops, wrong way. And just like that, we have done it. Go ahead and let's unhook. Alright, excellent. Ventilation shaft delivered from Spokane to Yakima. Is it Spokane? Spokane? Whatever. It's a thing. Uh, trailer maneuvering bonus of 40, 46, 60. Not bad for the first trip in American Truck Sim. But that is gonna do it for this episode. Let's assign our skill point to high value first. But yeah, no, like I said, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm hoping this next episode I'll probably have some longer trips, so I don't know if I'm gonna talk during the whole thing. If there's a preferred style or a preferred thing that people like or would like me to do or try or something like that, let me know. But this series will probably end up mirroring my Euro Truck Sim. Oh, and we just got stuff from the bank, so that's a good sign. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.